everyone, I'm Jessica Stutzman and welcome back to the Millcreek Government Channel. The Asbury Woods Nature Center and surrounding wooded park are considered a hidden gem for the community and sit on 205 acres within Millcreek Township. While this public park started as a little cottage in the woods, it currently provides the public with meaningful environmental, educational, and recreational experiences that inspire a greater sense of environmental awareness, sustainability, and stewardship. Joining us today from the Asbury Woods Partnership is Executive Director Jennifer Farrar. Thank you so much for joining me today.
Thanks for having me. I'm glad to be here.
Well, again, you chatted with us last year and you had so much going on at that time. And since then, you guys have just really taken off with all of your events, all of your programs. There's been a big evolution since you came on board as the executive director. I've heard so many good things about your leadership and where the nonprofit is going. So I did see your recent newsletter and that Asbury Woods has a special focus on the Earth Day that's coming up. It's new, and can you tell us a little bit about it?
Sure, yeah. So Asbury Woods has typically done some programming around Earth Day, but this year we decided to really have a focus for the entire month of April and celebrate Earth Day in many ways all month with programming. We put out a special newsletter that had information. We're asking people to think about ways that they can make small changes, really how change begins at home and little ways that you can contribute to change and environmental sustainability. So it's been a great month and we still have a couple things coming up.
And I want to show everybody this newsletter because you guys put a lot of effort into this, into these marketing materials, and the big words we see at the bottom of the page. It's the word change, and of course, and I think it says it on here. Change begins with you,
yes.
And it begins with each individual person. What did this word or what did this newsletter mean to you?
Well, yeah, it really meant that each one of us can be a part of that change, where sometimes it seems like a big overwhelming problem. Think, how can I contribute to better environmental practices or environmental sustainability? But it doesn't have to be this big global problem. It can be something you just do in your own household. And if each one of us makes that change and does those things, it rolls up into a big impact.
Mm-hmm. And I want to just take a look inside here. Again, very visual. And I'm a tactile learner, so these colors are very appealing to me, and it's a very interactive newsletter this time. And we've got things for nature tots to tweens and adults, composting workshops, recycling workshops, cleaning up at Asbury Woods. One of my favorites, the sustainable cleaning. Can you tell our viewers what sustainable cleaning is?
Yeah, so a lot of our cleaning products use harsh chemicals, and there's a lot of more natural elements out there that you could use for cleaning to still get your house clean, but in a more environmentally friendly way. So we're doing a program on that this month as well.
Yeah. These are so exciting, and again, just really innovative ideas, really great workshop topics. I'm really excited. So
yeah,
I'm going to attend, again, some of these have already happened, but I'm going to attend some of the ones that are coming up too. And on the back here, we have some simple things you can do to help the earth. What does Asbury Woods recommend?
So all of these are little things. We hope that people will keep this, maybe put it on the refrigerator as a reminder, because once you start doing things, I'm very visual too. So if I want to make change, I put it on my refrigerator and remind myself, you can take little steps every day and then it soon becomes a habit. So we've included a couple tips here and a little tracker on the backside for people to kind of write their goals down and track their progress towards the change that they can make.
Absolutely, and here's that tracker here. I'll flip to it. Again, my goal is for a greener Earth 2019, and I think that's so amazing because you and your family, can keep track, and like you said, put this on the fridge, and it makes this an interactive newsletter for each of your families that participates in Asbury Woods programming.
Yes, yeah.
Wonderful. Well, thank you so much for that newsletter. That's absolutely fantastic. And we'll put more of that on the screen because it is really impressive. And again, just something else that you guys do every single year. The community loves it. Let's talk about the success of the Maple Festival that you just had.
Sure. Maple Fest is a lot of people's favorites. I mean, who doesn't love pancakes and maple syrup? But yes, Maple Fest was another fun event for us, and it gets a lot of people out. But not only is it about the pancakes, it's about celebrating a tradition that's really a local tradition, a regional tradition of being able to tap maple trees and produce maple syrup. There's only certain regions of the world that can do that, and we live in one of them. So we really look at it as a way of carrying on that heritage, and as part of our educational mission, pushing that knowledge forward and sharing that with people.
And you said that you have some local vendors come in that are able, again, to sell the maple syrup for folks who want to take it back home with them, but that Asbury Woods, actually, on your property, you make some maple syrup, and folks might be able to enjoy that at the breakfast that you provide.
Yes. So we do tap trees on our property. We go through the entire process in our sugar shack that's on the property of boiling it in the evaporator. So it's always a fun day at Asbury Woods when we're boiling. You can smell that in the air. And then we use some of that syrup at Maple Fest on pancakes.
And how long does the process usually take from start to finish for the formation of the maple syrup?
Well, so the boiling process, if we're boiling, it can be an all-day endeavor depending on how much sap that we have going. So we might start it up at 9 a.m. and be boiling in the sugar shack till 5 or 6 p.m. But what's interesting about it, it's all weather dependent. So we're looking at the weather patterns and saying, okay, we think we might be able to collect sap this day, and if we collect enough between this day and that day, we'll boil on this day. So it's sort of a fun, exciting season when we have that going on.
Now, do you have a maple expert on site, or do your volunteers pick up this knowledge and everybody chips in? How does this work?
Yeah, so both actually. We have a lot of our staff members who have been involved in our sugaring and maple syrup process for a lot of years, and so they have some pretty deep knowledge. And each year we have some new volunteers and some volunteers who have been involved in the past. So we're always trying to, as part of our educational mission, pass that knowledge on to new people as well. So we're excited when we can get new people in and share that knowledge with them through the volunteer process.
Well, I have to tell you, that sounds like a job that I want to volunteer for because I love maple syrup so much I put it in my coffee. And so I think it's a great alternative to sugar, and so that's the job I'm going to volunteer
for.
Okay,
I'm signing you up. I'll remember that.
And you have another new program ready to roll out in 2019. What is that?
Our Monday Music in the Woods program, is that maybe what you're referring to? We actually started that last year, but with just a 4-concert series, because what better setting than the backdrop of the Asbury Woods to enjoy some music outside. So we started it last year with 4 concerts, and this summer we're really excited to expand it to a 7-concert series.
And with that, do you have any new surprises coming for those concerts?
Sure, we do. So we have mostly new bands. I think we have 1 band returning, and other than that, all new bands coming. We're continuing with a food truck on site each time, so you can either bring a snack or buy something on site. And then this year we're partnering with Lavery Brewery, actually, and so they're going to have a little beer garden for every Monday Music in the Woods, and donate back $1 per pint that they sell back to Asbury Woods. So
that's incredible.
It'll be
that's
a great celebration every Monday night in the woods at Asbury.
Yes, that's very generous of them. And again, you said it was Monday nights. What time does it start?
It's 6:30 to 8:30.
6:30 to 8:30. So it's a good time for the family to come out, not too late. Should people bring chairs, or are chairs already set up?
We have some picnic tables and some benches, but if you want to guarantee yourself a spot to sit, then bring a chair.
Okay. And what types of musical acts do you bring in?
So we have a variety. We have some bluegrass, we have some country, some, sort of little bit of rock and roll. So we cover all the genres, and we list on our website all the different bands that are coming.
And you said, again, this was your 2nd year for doing this. New is that you're bringing in the brewery to do this. What was the success of it last year?
What was really neat last year is that, yes, we got a lot of people who already knew about Asbury Woods, but we also got a lot of people who just came for the music. And it was a great discovery for them. They're like, I've never been here before. I didn't know this existed. What an amazing setting. So that was really exciting for us. The other part of it is that we keep the Nature Center open for those evening hours. So if you're a working family and might not be able to get to the Nature Center during the day, those evening hours offers more opportunity for people to enjoy the Nature Center as well during the concert.
And that's another thing I don't want to forget to talk about is your Nature Center. What can folks find there? Because I just find find, again, just all the vendors that you have supplying goodies in the gift shop, they're locally sourced. But go ahead, touch on a little bit more of the vendors and some of the products that you sell in the gift shop.
Yeah, so we have, we always carry local honey in the gift shop. We always carry local maple syrup. One of our big items that people don't realize is that we carry a lot of supplies for beekeeping. We're one of the only places there you can go in retail and buy beekeeping supplies without having to order it online. So that's a huge part of our gift shop sales. And then, of course, we always have fun little nature-themed gifts for the kids, and some T-shirts and guidebooks on birding and things like that.
Exactly. It's so wonderful. Folks, definitely check out their gift shop. And Asbury Woods, always very well known for your summer camps. When do those start? What age groups are involved? What does that look like for this year?
Yeah, so summer camp starts mid-June and goes through mid-August each year. And we go down to the preschool age group. And this year, we added a lot of summer camps for the middle school ages. We had been doing camps up through about 4th, 5th grade, and then just some art camps for the middle school audience. So this year, we want to really add some deep experiences for the middle school group. So we have a STEM camp. We have a wildlife biologist camp for the middle school where they can come and work with our animals that we have in the nature center. And get to know how we care for them and the habitats that they need. We're doing a Trailblazers, a trail exploratory for middle schoolers so they can bring their bikes and bike all over the trails. We're going to do a trail restoration project as a great example of volunteerism and giving back. People who use the trails helping to maintain the trail. So that camp is going to do it. We have an incredible art camp that is going to create an outdoor art installation at Brown's Farm, and that is going to that art sculpture that they create, an outdoor sculpture, is actually going to be one of the centerpieces of our summer art exhibition at Brown's Farm Barn. So we're trying to integrate some of our traditional programming with the camp with some of our new programming with this art exhibition. So I'm really excited about the summer camps. Yeah,
and I'm sure the students will be excited too. How long do the camps last? How many weeks throughout the summer?
So the campers sign up 1 week at a time, but there's 9 weeks of camp overall. So.
Okay, and then the day lasts from maybe early in the morning until mid to late afternoon?
Yeah, camp hours are 9 to 3:30, but we do offer extended care in the morning and the afternoon, just recognizing that, people have to go to work.
Right. And you got to get the kids there on time.
Yeah.
So that's wonderful. And then you do have summer programs besides the camp happening at Asbury Woods. What are those summer programs?
Yeah, so summer is just a great time at Asbury Woods. We really pack our schedule during the summer, and we try to have a wide range of programs that are either free programs, some are paid programs, but we will do our weekly insect safaris again. We're adding this year a weekly evening interpretive walk that will be a rotating, topic each week. We will do, last year we introduced our Dog Days of Summer, which was just a fun, if you want to maybe meet some people who like to walk the trails with their canine companions, a great way to meet up and meet some people and walk the trails, great way to become familiar with the trails. We're doing Walking Wednesdays on Wednesday mornings again, a nice way if people don't want to maybe walk in the woods on their own or aren't familiar with the trails, they can meet up and walk together. So yeah, we have the whole gamut of programming, and we really strive to have something for all age groups, not just the elementary school students, but middle school students, high school, and then, making sure we address the adult audience as well and have programming for everybody.
Right. And, the dog walking program and just even dogs being allowed, within some of the trails in your parks, that's fairly new as well. And are people excited to bring their pups over to your side of Asbury Woods?
Yeah, we haven't gotten a lot of feedback on it, but we remind people that they're certainly welcome to walk with their dogs anywhere on the sort of Brown's Farm side of things. But at the Nature Center, we ask that you keep your dogs on sort of the outer loop trail.
Right. Wonderful. Well, that's exciting too. Again, as a as a person who has a furry family member, we like to bring her along
Yes.
all the time.
Yes.
If someone stops by on a typical weekday, what can we expect to do at Asbury Woods?
Yeah. So we have a lot of self-guided programs that you can do that people might not be aware of. So you can stop at our reception desk there and ask, okay, is there any scheduled programs going on today? And during the summer, we do try and have some on the weekdays. If there's not a scheduled program, we have a lot of self-guided activities that you can check out. We have things that are compasses, and it shows you like doing our compass course on the property. We have some geocache activities that you can check out. Of course, there's always our discovery room, which people love to use on a rainy day in the summer and just come in and pull out a bin of activities and just real hands-on with the kids. And then, of course, people love to walk in and look at the animals.
And so do the activities that occur on the weekdays, does that differ as to what you can do on the weekend?
So on the weekend, all those same self-guided activities are available. The weekends, we tend to have a lot more of our scheduled public programs. Mm-hmm. Saturday mornings, we have our Drop In and Discover, which is just a hands-on, mind-on program each week for a half hour led by one of our education staff. So the topic changes every week, but it's something, might be a seasonal topic, but that happens every Saturday morning year-round.
Okay, and you mentioned, again, going in your building and meeting some of the critters that call Asbury Woods home. What are some of those animals? And again, like you said, some of the student volunteers get involved with taking care of those animals. What are some of those animals on site?
Sure. Well, one of our very popular is Finnegan the ferret. He's always, we even had a massive birthday party for him this winter. So Finnegan, our ferret, is very popular. We, of course, have a rabbit. We have fish, turtles. So, yeah, that's some of the ones that people love to come in and visit.
And do you ever do again, like a tactile experience where the kids, they get to come out of their pens and the kids get to hold or touch them?
Yes, absolutely. That's a big part of all of our school programming. But of course, using the animals as part of our rotation on that Saturday Drop In Discover. So sometimes those are something with the animals. Or seeing behind the scenes, like what their enclosures look like from the behind the exhibit area. So yeah, we use them for our programming in a lot of ways. And it's just such an icebreaker with kids when you get out an animal and you start talking about the animal and they can touch the animal and pet it. It serves as a nice entree into other topics.
And again, with your facility, there's a lot of space, for renting some of the rooms for birthday parties or events or whatnot. So that's very exciting. What does it take to run Asbury Woods? Do you need monetary donations? Do you need volunteers? What can we do to make Asbury Woods, function well into the future?
Sure, yeah. Well, it takes all of that. Since it's been since July 2016 that the Asbury Woods Partnership has owned all the property in the Nature Center. So, we're not reliant on any type of government subsidies or funding or any more funding from the school district. Everything we do is fee for service and donations, some grants that we get. So yeah, financial support either through donations or attending our programming is critically important to us. The other side of it is there's only 12 of us and on the staff, and not all those are even full-time. So we have over 500 volunteers on a typical year. So we couldn't do, anywhere near the kind of programming that we do without those volunteers. Talking about Maple Festival, to put on a festival like that for 1,000 people over 2 days, we can't do that with a staff of 12 people. It takes all those volunteers helping us, especially on those big public events.
Right. Yeah. And so to volunteer, just to call into your office or to go online and apply?
Yeah, either way. So we have a lot of information on our website, and but also you can just call and say, hey, I think I want to volunteer. Or we have a volunteer coordinator who really loves to talk to people and find out what their interests are and how those match up with our needs and what their time availability is. And there's something we can put you to work at Asbury Woods.
Absolutely. And again, like I said, it's all fun. It's all, really exciting, really hands-on, nature-oriented. And so the other piece that I want to do, and I want to direct our viewers to, is to your social media accounts. Again, you have not only a website, you have Facebook, Instagram, and LinkedIn. what kind of things do you share on those social media platforms?
Yeah, so our Facebook page has a lot of reminders about our programming and events that are coming up. We also share articles of interest that, environmental related articles or outdoor recreation articles that people who have an interest and passion for Asbury Woods might find interesting. So we try to be a resource for people to find interesting content that way on our Facebook page. Instagram, we really try and just capture what everyone's doing with Instagram, just fun moments. So, the other day, I think our Instagram account had us feeding the turtle. Yeah. And sometimes it's a beautiful flower that we spotted out in the woods, or the first bud of spring coming out, or animal footprints. So Instagram has just a really lot of interesting visuals happening.
And you have like I said, a great following on your social media, and I just love your tagline, "The woods are calling." It makes you want to get back out in nature and be a little kid again. You can either bring your kids, or again, there's plenty of adult programs. Even if you don't have children, there's a lot to participate here in Asbury Woods.
There really is. We try and make sure that no matter sort of what age you are, what your physical abilities are, what your background is, we really want to be a place that recognizes that nature is a place for everyone. And however you want to participate or however you feel comfortable, we want to have something for you at Asbury Woods.
Well, Jennifer, I want to thank you for coming on the show today. Again, before we leave, can you share with our viewers, how do you get to Asbury Woods? What's the address, your contact information?
Sure. Yeah. 4105 Asbury Road is our address, and we have beautiful new signs on Asbury Road, so it makes it very easy to find us. Of course, our Browns Farm side of the property is on Steratania Road. 5774 Steratania, and that gives you access to those wonderful trails. And you can find us online and by phone as well.
Wonderful. Well, thank you so much for joining us here in the studio today.
Thanks for
I
having
appreciate
me.
you do so many great things, again, for the community. I love Asbury Woods, and I know our viewers do too.
Yeah. Well, thanks. I love it too. And so
It
does our
shows.
staff. Yes.
Thank you so much.
Thanks.
Viewers, again, I really hope you enjoyed this program today. Asbury Woods, they are featuring so many wonderful educational events throughout the summer, things like camp for kids, or again, just dog walking activities for adults. Whatever your interest is, they have something for you. So make sure you do tune into their Facebook account and Instagram and to their website. You're going to find a lot. Thank you for tuning in to the Millcreek Government Channel, and until next time, have a great day.